Alright, bonus round 3. Let's go ahead and ship that. Alright, not thrilled. Tracker on top. I guess I'll top that. Well, how do I fetch though? I go basic forest into shock myself. I guess we just pass and see what he is. If he's an aggressive deck, I'll just fetch the tireless tracker away, so I don't have to take damage. Looks like we're playing against an aggressive deck. Interesting. So yeah, I guess I just fetched that away. When he went forest tap, I was hoping for I was actually hoping for a noble hierarch or something to make my spellskite great. Spellskite should be good anyway, though. Fetching away the tracker really sucks. Maybe I should just, even against an experiment 1, just commit to taking 3 damage. Because now I have no good follow-up, but... Oh, I'm playing against looks like a budget deck. So maybe I'll just run over him anyway. Tracker would be helpful, though. Do you have a ghost quarter for the treetop, which is pretty nice. I'm assuming that'll come in handy. Actually, having the Horizon Canopy makes my night a lot worse here. Obviously. Because, my first fetch is just... I can't just get that free cantrip. Can just get a Gavney Township, though. Dryad Militant. Does this do lands? No, just instant or sorcery. Okay. Alright. Pretty scared, but feel pretty comfortable about my spot. Now I feel better. I think I have to play... I guess I can sack a land to... This is a situation where Botanical Sanctum would actually be good. But do I need to play the Canopy? Not really. But I do want to sack it if he doesn't do anything. I'm pretty sure he's going to do something, though. So I'm just going to play the fetch. I guess maybe I shouldn't play the fetch. I don't think it really matters. I think I'm going to... I think that I'm pretty likely to win this game. Avatar. Okay. Guess if I'm going to take 3, I might as well do it with this. Wonder if he's got, Dismembers to worry about? Probably not. Spellcrawler gives me a clock, which is pretty nice. I guess the Knight's kind of a clock, too. Sack the forest, get a wooded foothills, and probably a stomping ground. I might just sack the stomping ground. This is a situation where it's just so rare. I might cut red from this deck because it's just so rare that the Kessig Wolfrun is better than the than Gavney Township. But I guess the one time that the Kessig is better out of 10, it's just so much better because it's just giving you trample and winning you the game. Because if Gavney's not winning the game, it's probably because they have a bunch of blockers or whatever. I can maybe actually leave the Spellcrawler back and attack with Knight. Okay, I have Ghost Quarter for Treetop. I have Spellskite, so he can't kill my Spellqueller. Well, there's company, so I don't really need to get too aggressive here at all. Might even be wrong to attack with this, but I don't really think my opponent has much that he can do to get through my board. I suppose something ridiculous, some like Burning Tree Bushwhacker, but I don't think he's on red. And I can also just spike a lot of things to stop that. But I could miss on the company. That's like the one way to lose. But I even still have enough in play to not really be too sad about it. A knight and a bird. Okay. Leatherback happens. Just get my Kessig Wolf run. Try to kill him in like a few night swings. Haven't even really done the math here. I mean, I have a Ghost Quarter, a Windstone and my another Knight, so I can pump up to 13. If he wants to trade his entire board, I have the Scavenging Ooze. Okay, well that's just not gonna do it, friend. I can just fetch 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's actually only 9 damage. Yeah. Even if you block with everything, that would be 12, 14. I guess he actually could. 11, 12, 13. I could Ghost Quarter myself actually and win. Okay, so I probably want Reflector Mage. I probably want Obstinate Bailoff, honestly. Just his deck is, you know, no offense to him, but his deck is just so bad that I think Obstinate Bailoff is like insurance to buy us time, or if he's, you know, if we have a bad draw, is a good card to have. I think we want Ghost Quarter. I mean, we only saw 2 treetops. We saw 2 treetops that game. It's possible he only has 2, but like looking at how that game played out, I don't think I need both. Yeah, I definitely don't need Gavany and Kessig. Like, one of them is going to win. If I'm at the point where I'm activating one of these, I'm just going to win. I'd rather have the insurance policy, like similar to the Bailoff, I'd rather have the insurance policy that I can blow up a treetop if I'm getting, like, if he's way ahead, you know? So let's just cut the Kessig for Ghost Quarter. I'm not sure if, it's probably better than Gavany. It's probably better to cut the Kessig because you don't need the red mana. Elspeth is a card that I probably should bring in. Like, he definitely can't beat that, but I don't really know what the plan is. Crystalline Pride Mage is obviously not great. Spellskite's not great either, but it just blocks better than my other 2 drops. I think Selfless Spirit is probably worse. Pride Mage is bad, but can maybe trade. Maybe Selfless Spirit is actually fine. It lets me, like, block with a bunch of stuff. I don't love Retreat, but I think it's better than like random 2/2. Maybe I just put the Elspeth in. If I'm flooded, same thing. I don't want to flood against this guy. I just want to minimize the amount of randomness that can lose me the game, because he's just playing a budget deck that doesn't seem too particular. Not that his deck can't work, but against my deck, you know, like he's playing the budget creature deck. I'm just playing a regular creature deck. So he's going to get overwhelmed pretty quickly by my creatures. It's not the greatest matchup for him, because my creatures are just better and I have company. Maybe I cut a Spellqueller on the draw. Nah, I'll cut a Tracker on the draw. Yeah, fuck. Oh, excuse me. Screw Tracker. I don't need two trackers. Even though I say I don't want to flood, it's like I think my other 3 drops just block so much better and interact so much better, like Spellqueller and Reflector Mage, that I'd rather have them. On the draw, this hand is solid. Like, even if I don't draw a land, I can play a Spellskite and a Selfless Spirit, so we're going to keep. Kind of risky, only 22 lands, but, like, we have a lot of draws, right? We can draw any mana guy, any land is good. And even, like I said, even if we don't draw land, we have Spellskite on turn 2, which is pretty good against him. Because not only does it protect our mana guy, but it just blocks most of the creatures in his deck. If we draw a land, I'm hoping to draw a land so we can just slam Knight. Though I can also hold up Spell Queller to counter whatever he has. I think playing Knight's better, though, because Knight just blocks this. If he's got a Dismember, that'd be kind of annoying. But if he had it, I think he would have Dismembered Noble on turn 1. I think I have to shock here, right? Yeah. I don't want to shock here, because if he does remove the Knight, like, I'll be at 13, but I think that if he had a Dismember, he would have cast it on turn 1, just for curve purposes. It's kind of awkward if he just attacks here, because he could have, like, a Vines of Vastwood. Wonder what the play is for me if that happens. But if I get to untap, I can just play a Spellskite, and then all my threats are protected for the rest of the game, you know? Oh, he does have a Dismember. Okay. I mean, diligent of him to not use it right away. Maybe I should have played Spellskite Birds there. Show you another Knight. I guess if he has another Dismember, we're still not dead. So let's just play the other Knight. It's a little greedy because another Dismember is good. Spellskite Bird just gives me more options, assuming he does have another Dismember. Like the next turn, I'll have one. Well, I guess it's the same amount of mana, right? It's a Leatherback B. Kitchen Finks, okay. Alright, so I think we're pretty safely untapping here now. I can just play Birds. I think I'm just going to pass. Holding up Spell Queller. He could just serve with the team, but I have Spell Queller up, so I can't imagine what he could play to blow me out. Like, if he had something like Vines, he would have attacked last turn. If he has creatures, he has to play them out. Like, my Knight's going to start doing work if he doesn't. And I have 2 Spell Quellers in my hand that are really expensive, and I'm a little bit bottlenecked on mana. So we're at a point here where I think I'm just going to get a Plains. I'm not even going to fetch. My Knight's big enough already. I just don't want to take the extra damage. Like, I don't think the extra point on my Knight is really going to decide anything. He does get me for 6 here, but I think that's a fine. He doesn't attack. I guess I could have even just blocked the Avatar. I don't really know. But now we resolve the Spellskite, and I think we're pretty safe. I can even attack with this Spell Queller. I have another Spell Queller backup in my hand. He can't block because of Exalted. Okay. Another Baloth. At this point in the game, it's technically correct. It's technically correct just to let that resolve, but I think I'm just gonna play my other Spell Queller and kill him faster. Like he doesn't have an attack, you know. I could just hold up the Spell Queller forever, but based on what he's done the last few turns, I kind of know that his hand doesn't do anything, and yeah, he just scoops. All right, good beats, mono green guy.